352. Why is it important to consider the scope of the contract?
The CO must consider whether any change, initiated by either the government or the contractor, is within the scope of the contract. Adding work under an existing contract permits the government to avoid the costs associated with issuing a new procurement. There are definite limits, however, on adding work based on the determination of what is within the scope of the current contract. If the work is determined to be within the scope of the contract, it can be added, but if it is determined not to fall within the scope of the contract, it cannot be added. In some cases, it will be fairly obvious that the proposed change is not within the scope of the contract. Changes obviously not within the scope of the contract include those that propose to increase the quantity of items being procured under the contract. In other cases, the determination of whether additional work is or is not within the scope of the contract can be very difficult to make, and sometimes the CO must use his or her judgment, relying on the Corps' technical input. Contract scope issues are the source of many disputes between the government and contractors. The Corps' technical expertise is needed to provide the CO with the best possible insight regarding the technical aspects of the change and how making, or not making, the change will affect the contract work. The following questions are provided to help the Corps accomplish this objective.